This is SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports show, coming to you from Sportsbook at L'Auberge Lake Charles. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
And then there were three again. Welcome into SoundOff.
Good to have our good friend back, Scooter.
We're glad to have you with us. We're also glad to welcome back our third wise guy. That would be Mr. Scooter Hobbs.
Oh, it's good to be back.
We've been missing baseball. We haven't.
Don't leave me hanging.
We haven't been.
Don't leave me hanging.
We haven't been talking much baseball.
Yeah.
Partly because
he's going to get his chance later in the weekend tonight.
So,
injured reserve or load management. I was thinking about that over the weekend. You think he's been just playing hooky with load management, Kawhi Leonard and all that stuff?
I'm going to give him injured reserve.
You're going to give him injured reserve.
I'll tell you one
Glad to have you back.
That couch gets old.
It does indeed get
It
old.
sounds good, but it gets old.
Quickly.
We got a lot to cover. A lot of college baseball, prep baseball, a ton to cover. The McNeese Cowboys, they're going to be in the Southland Conference tournament. LSU Tigers, they're going to be in the SEC tournament. But will LSU?
Probably.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
But the big question, will they make it to the NCAA? We'll get into that.
That's the big one.
Will Wade continues to build a roster and build a schedule for next season. A lot of Will Wade talk. He's like the NFL. He's into the news cycle. That's Will Wade.
We'll talk more about that, though, later on in the show.
I got to weigh in. Are the McNeese Cowboys missing the FBS football boat when it comes to Conference
Rick,
USA?
it seems like it. Wow.
Later on in the show, we'll get into that. All right, with all of that, we begin with the McNeese Cowgirls softball program. 22-2, they win their third straight conference championship. Third straight. They were going for a fourth straight SLC tournament championship. Yeah. They're undone by upstart Incarnate Word.
22-2.
They lose 2 out of 3. They're bounced from the tournament relatively early. They didn't get a bid, and they win. They go 40-20 on the year. 22-2. Guys, come on.
That just and yet
something's wrong.
It is, Rick. We've said it. We talked about it.
Something's wrong.
We've talked about that, but what it is?
The SEC, they only have 13 softball teams.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt does
not have a softball.
You didn't know that.
They shouldn't play football. They shouldn't play football. Okay.
All 13 SEC teams are in the tournament.
Yeah.
Now that can't be right.
Women's softball we're talking about.
Women's softball.
Look, Southland, it's a one-bid league.
It's a one-bid league, Rick.
It's
crazy, Rick.
It's just my pet peeve. You have so many of them. But doggone it, the regular season should mean more. The Cowgirls grind months and months of the regular season. 22-2. They overcome injuries. They got pitcher of the year, coach of the year, freshman of the year.
Well, see,
First teamers all across the board, but you have a crappy 3-day stint in Hammond for the conference tournament.
Yeah.
And you don't get a bid.
And
you're out.
It doesn't apply this year. Because this year, I think that was a team worthy of that large bid.
This team.
This McNeese team.
I agree.
Now,
they haven't had to rely on
most
that large
years
because they've been winning the tournament.
Most years, to me, that's the conference's fault. If you're a one bid league, you shouldn't be having a conference tournament.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you just made McNeese, and
it's crazy.
McNeese could have won the tournament. I get that. I get that. But I mean, softball's close cousin to baseball, which best team doesn't always win.
That's right.
I mean
that's right.
I mean, more so to me than any other sport.
But Rick, when you look at it, and I know what Scooter says, I understand that. But when you're going through all of what they've gone through, Rick, and you finish 22-2, Rick, come on, that's got to count for something, man.
40-20.
That's got to count for something.
All right, I'm going to weigh in more on thirds. All right, let's get into the McNeese Cowboy baseball team. Look, they got hot. They're getting hot, and they are hot.
They need to.
Third straight conference series. They end the series this coming weekend at Nichols when it comes to conference play. They play Tuesday against Texas State, that whole thing. Look, again, you said it last week. Confidence.
You have to have it, Rick. I mean, that's what builds you.
And they're doing it right.
This time of year.
They're doing it right.
I mean, it works in that part. And I have the thing that we hadn't got to yet, but I'm waiting on Scooter's expertise on it. It's my LSU Tigers.
We're getting there.
We'll get there.
We're getting there. Look, and right now, McNeese will be the 4th seed. Think about what it was like a month and a half ago. Just struggling.
They were struggling.
They were like tied for last. I'm talking about Justin
Didn't have
Miller,
any chemistry.
And now they're
didn't have any confidence.
Could possibly get into the tournament at number 4. All right, the LSU Tigers and look, we'll get in depth with Mr. Hobbs on Thursday about this season, but can they get out of their own way? The loss to Alabama in Game 1 of this series on the road? with one of their best pitchers on the mound?
Walk,
hit batter.
The only thing I can tell you about that game, stuff happens.
It's baseball, huh?
That's the PG-rated version.
It's baseball, huh?
Yeah,
It's
they
baseball.
lost on a swinging bunt, a 2-run swinging bunt.
Can't get out of their own way.
Which, without a wild throw, the game's over.
Wow.
A 2-run swinging bunt.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
And that cost them the series. They won the next day. Third day was a very good game. You know, lose by 1. Had the tying run on third, 1 out in the 8th.
They do win game 2.
Yeah, they did win. Came back and won
series,
game
though. They
2.
needed to win.
They very much needed to win the series.
Had to win.
So, Scooter, real quick, tell me what your take is on Jay Johnson. What is his take on how the team has performed up to this point when we said they was loaded with pitching? Has that been a fact?
Well, they weren't loaded with pitching.
We thought
He had to work hard to bring a staff together, and they ended up, well, they can almost get through a weekend.
Okay.
With what they've done. Now, what they don't have is a Sunday starter.
Okay.
And they've kind of accepted that.
Yeah.
And they'll find what's left on Sunday and try to piece it together. But
you're going to get in more in depth about this
Yeah.
season and what kind of the twists and turns on Thursday's show, because I'm going to pick his brain and I'm going to give you a little shot at him too.
All
regards to
I have some.
where did this season go coming off a national championship year? That's
We
coming
need to
up
talk about
in
that, yeah.
Thursday's show. A little TV
We do.
tease for
most
you
of
there.
it went to the draft.
Yes, the Max Bar and Grill at the National Golf Club is a place to grab great food and drinks while enjoying some LSU baseball or this weekend's PGA Championship. The grill offers great steaks, burgers, pool boys, perfect spot to wind down after work or even after 18 holes of golf at the Max.
If it's a story worth telling, it starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at Le Berge Lake Charles.
There's nothing better than a game and great tasting Miller Lite. It's less filling, Miller Lite. Tastes great.
Never understood this argument. Let it be both. Miller and Miller. I like it.
What are you doing with the Johnson sofa?
They had a pipe break. Water leaked all over.
Really?
I'm a Roto-Rooter plumber.
Really?
We do water cleanup, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all: plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
What's bugging you? Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
We're back at the Sportsbook at Le Berge, where you can earn 10 tier points twice as fast. See that little finger thing, Kevin?
Twice
as fast when you bet parlay right here at the Sportsbook.
What is a tier point? What is a tier point?
It's special.
I know what a parlay is.
It's special.
Okay.
You got to get into sports gaming here, but it's tiers. You get
know
more
what a
points.
parlay is.
Yes.
SoundOff, presented to you by locally owned and operated Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana.
Yes.
You know the name for expert plumbing over like 100 years, but they do water cleanup too. Also,
Everything.
SoundOff partners up with J&J Exterminating. It's termite season. Keep them at bay.
It is.
You call J&J. Did you get that?
You call J&J?
No. You keep them at bay. Call J&J.
Okay, Bay, J&J.
Yeah. I need a bit. Somebody needs to tap this talent here when it comes to marketing.
How long have you
slogans.
been sitting on that one?
I just thought of it. I literally just thought of it.
Okay, Rick.
Coming up
We'll
in the
make it
next
work.
segment, we're going to debate whether Cowboys are missing the train when it comes to FBS football.
They have. I think the train's gone, Rick.
No, I hadn't left the station.
I think it's
but
gone, man.
Let's
To
get
be
on
honest
it.
with
Let's
you.
get on it. All right,
I think it's gone.
Talking about getting on it. Paul Skeets, former LSU, just
Yes.
a legend in the short time he was wearing the purple and gold. He
made
makes
it
his
happen,
MLB
man.
debut over the weekend for the Pittsburgh Pirates against the Chicago Cubs. Check me out, newspaper board. 4 innings, 84 pitches, 7 strikeouts, gave up 6 runs.
Yeah.
5 hits?
6 hits.
6 hits. Gave up a solo homer, 17 and 17 pitches, over 100 miles an hour. He's a beast.
Skeets is the man.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
I mean, give it to him. He's the man.
But let's
Skeets is the
tap
man, bro.
the
He's a beast.
Yeah, well, Scooter,
Come
we saying
on.
tap the
Keep-
man.
Buster
Keep in
Olney.
mind.
Buster Olney. You got to respect Olney.
Oh, yeah.
Said he is the best pitching
And
prospect
he
in the
probably
last 10
is.
years.
Are
But
you
don't
serious?
think every outing's going to be like that.
Of course
No,
not.
it's not.
Keep in
No, it's
mind,
not.
these major league hitters don't know what he's got.
They'll learn
They've
him.
never
They've never
seen
seen
him.
I got it.
But there will
They've
be
never
a
seen him.
book on him out soon.
Oh, yeah.
That's just like a rookie
And
NFL
I'm not
quarterback.
trying to make light of what
but
he's
it is.
done.
But it is, Scooter.
And
What you
there's
say
no
makes sense.
reason to think he won't be one of the great pitchers in the game. But it ain't going to happen overnight.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but
Yeah.
what he did in the minors, Kevin, some of the numbers
I know.
were extraordinary.
But I mean,
Now,
look
this
at what
is
he did.
minors now.
I mean, look at what he did at LSU, though, Rick. I mean, come on, you know the kid's got some
In
potential.
his
man.
control.
Come on now.
Yeah, he can pitch 101, 102. But his control and just his, baseball, the arsenal that he can
You
whip
right,
out of it.
Rick, you
He
right.
had a slider. I saw it on just the highlights. Kevin, it was like right here, and then it was
on.
like right here in a millisecond.
That takes years to develop those kind of things, Scooter. You're the baseball guru. I know to throw something like that, man, that doesn't come overnight. Honestly,
He's got it
help
now.
me out.
He's got it now. All right, let's get into the nifty transfer work being done by McNeese basketball coach Will.
Where do you start at?
6 new transfers. Look, there is already speculation that the talent that he's brought in could very well land them being the Cowboys, in a preseason top 25. Now think about that. I know we might be getting ahead of ourselves.
But that's doable. With the season
I
they
believe
had,
it when I see it.
I will too.
I'm with
But-
you, Scooter, but that's doable, man.
I will
Honestly.
too.
I mean, when you look at the Southland Conference, what do you think some of the people, the coaching staffs and the people around the league is saying to themselves? We're playing for second?
Well, yeah, I mean, go ahead and let him get that next job.
Yeah.
But
To get him out of that, Scooter.
he
get
is
him out,
kind of breaking the mold.
Yeah.
It's the mid-majors normally that lose their best players
Yeah.
and got to scramble around. It's even with it working to McNeese's favor. Is this what we want basketball and football and baseball to become?
That is an interesting point. In the coming weeks, I want us to pick each other's brain in regard. I'm getting ahead of myself in regards to how all of this is affecting high school recruiting. It's got to be chewing in to high school recruits in regards to the openings. Now I don't know what you think about that.
You know what I was saying about the other day? Here's the way it would work these days. And you'd have to be an old timer.
Yeah.
What if the transfer portal had been in effect when Joe Dumars was at McNeese?
Yeah.
You'd have had Duke and everybody fighting for his ass.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's a good.
No, you're
anecdote.
right, Scooter.
All right, look.
You're right.
I thought, what was it? A week ago, I said his former freshman guard Brandon Murray from Ole Miss was the most impressive get.
Yeah.
Well, he just keeps upping the ante.
That's
so
what I'm
now the
telling
most
you, Rick.
impressive get is this top reserve for Syracuse, Kadar
Syracuse.
Coleman.
Yeah.
Who
Have you
is
seen
a
him play?
reserve at Syracuse.
Have you seen him play?
I have not seen him play. His numbers are pretty solid.
He should
nearly
not be
double
playing
the-
in the Southland Conference. Okay, I'm sorry.
Good point, because
I'm sorry.
you look at his shooting percentages
He should
and
not
his
be playing
numbers.
in the Southland
It's not going to blow your skirt up.
Rick.
But it was in the ACC. What can this Coleman fella do in the SLC? Think about that.
This is the thing that
As a
gets
starter.
me. And we talked about it, Scooter, you, Rick, and I. Look what he did with bringing guys together that have never played together, Rick.
He's going to do it again.
Well, yeah,
gonna do
but
it again.
that's what he's got to do. And that
But he
was
loves
that
it. He
was
loves
the
it.
That's what he
key
does, Scooter.
to
That's
all
what he
the
does.
talent they had last year. He molded them into a team.
And he'll do
did.
it again.
Yeah.
He did.
And look, Jerome Brewer from Texas Commerce. He almost single-handedly beat Will Wade in the conference opener right there in Commerce.
You're right, though.
He's got him.
You're right.
6'9", a guy that can shoot outside, defender.
If you can't beat him, get him to join you.
I guess. And look, guys, and then you got
Will Wade's a
Sincere
smart
Parker
man.
from St. Louis.
He's a smart
this,
man,
This
bro.
Bryant Salege from Arizona State, big
Kid
time.
from Ole
big
Miss.
time. Brandon Murray.
Rick.
You know who we're forgetting? Don't forget about Joe Charles from UL Lafayette.
You're right.
He's a
You're right.
proven commodity.
You're right. You're right.
He might be the guy the most consistent from
You
a
are
production
exactly
standpoint.
right, though, Rick.
Joe Charles, the
You are
first
exactly
signing,
right.
you know, recency bias.
Yeah.
We're talking about Coleman and
Wow.
Murray, but Joe Charles was his first
That's
guy
crazy,
from UL
man.
Lafayette. I don't know, guys.
He's got something. I'm telling you, and it's going to be hard for anybody in the Southland Conference to say, are we even competing with Will Wade this year or what?
And least not forget Christian Shoemate.
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year.
No, ESPN guy.
You're
Call
gonna
him,
ball all
call
those
him ESPN.
together.
Call him ESPN.
Just building that roster. All right, we're up
That's what he
against the
does.
clock. That would be us if we go over time. We'll come right back to the sports book. Stay right there.
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
J&J Exterminating is here for you with our water damage sanitation treatments and wood protective boree treatments. There is no charge for home evaluations. Contact your local J&J Exterminating professional.
Hey, mister, are you a Roto-Rooter plumber?
Guilty.
Did you fix what flooded my house?
Sure did.
Toilet overflow?
Nope.
Pipe break?
Getting warmer.
Busted water heater?
Nailed it.
How long can you hold your breath? Is that your real hair? What's the birds and the bees? Do you know where my grandma is?
You know, I don't know.
What's next?
Wrapping up the water cleanup.
You do that too?
We do both.
Fair enough.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all. Plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
There's nothing better than a game and great tasting Miller Lite. It's less filling, Miller Lite. Tastes great.
Never understood this argument. Let it be both. Miller and Miller. I like it.
What's bugging you? Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
All right, we're back. Glad you're spending some of your evening time with us here at the Sportsbook.
As
at
always.
SoundOff. Glad to have this man back, the third wise guy. In the
Good to
middle
have
here.
Scooter back,
He's
man.
finally back.
Always
with us.
good to have
hanging
Scooter
tight,
back.
staying calm and cool, right?
He is.
Don't get his blood pressure up,
not.
Gidry.
I will not. I'm going to agree to whatever he says.
I'm gonna throw
I
the
will
flag
not.
on you. There
I
it is,
will.
right there. All right. Hey, quickly.
I will.
Quickly.
I go away for just a little bit.
Yeah, we got another
and
prop.
You come with this.
We got a prop. I told you guys the New Orleans Saints were going to beef up the offensive line. All right, it's not headline-making news, but they signed a veteran offensive lineman from the Bears, Packers, Lucas Patrick, to a one-year deal. They're going to get some offensive line help. Don't do all of that. Okay?
I wouldn't know him if he walked in here, picked his table up, and broke it over Kevin's head.
But it helps.
Is the word true that Chase may be having shoulder surgery?
I'm not going to speculate. Let me move on to my next point, because I know over the weekend you were pointing a finger probably at my name on the phone when I said nobody's going to stop the Denver Nuggets. They got in a whole 0-2. What is it now? 2-2. 2-2.
You're a Denver expert.
I love the Wolves. I love the Wolves.
But Denver's strong, School. That basketball team has got so much talent, man.
Right. Not a super duper weekend for the local and regional high school baseball.
Not at all.
What was it? 7? 7. Yeah. 7 at the state championship tournament. 1 wins it. Congratulations to South Bow. They win the state title. South Beauregard.
South Bow.
No luck
to
for
be
the others.
said for getting.
Well,
yeah, there's a journey.
For 7 teams locally, I think that's pretty good.
That's very good.
Yes.
Thursday's show, we're going to have St. Louis Saints baseball coach Connor Lloyd is going to join us.
Okay.
We'll talk about them coming up short and the journey to get there and that thing. We'll get into some Saints baseball. But look, all eyes were on Barb and West Monroe. All right, the matchup from last year, the controversy. Barb, they fall 5-1 was the final.
Yeah.
Look, West Monroe didn't make any mistakes.
They didn't.
They got a key home run from an LSU signee.
Yeah.
That's a very strong baseball program, guys.
Did they have any words? Were there any words?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
Everybody was on good behavior.
Just was checking.
Everybody on good behavior.
Just was checking.
But, Barb had nagging injuries all season.
They did, Rick. But they still got there, Rick.
They got there, and their schedule was like they got there at like 34-6. West Monroe was 30-8. Two very good baseball.
I agree.
And look, remember, Barb lost one of the top pitchers in the country in Landon Victorian.
They did.
Due to some school disciplinary action.
Right.
They didn't have him for the whole year. That's a huge loss.
That is, Rick. That kid was a big part of that team.
Huge.
No doubt.
Huge part of it.
No doubt about that.
So, they lose in the finals. The Bucks aren't going to win it every year.
That's what people locally
somebody's going to.
They think they're going to win it every year.
And this year was
that's
West
the
Monroe.
expectation.
This was West
They're
Monroe.
going to be right there every year.
I mean, look at West Monroe, Rick. I mean, what are they thinking? They expect to win it every year, too.
I know.
Rick,
They want to be right there. What was it? Iowa, DeQuincy, Pitkin, Hicks, St. Louis, of course. Sam Houston was there. They lost to West Monroe in the semifinals. Oh, look, we got huge baseball talent and some great coaches. And we'll talk later in the week with Connor Lloyd about the guys who direct these programs.
I agree, totally.
I think it was a great weekend over there.
Believe he just walked.
Let's get on this FBS thing. And the McNeese football program, we had Dr. Wade Roos, the incoming president for McNeese on
We
last
had him on the
week's
show, last week's show, yes.
And part of our conversation was, is he aligned with athletic director Heath Schroyer's goal to get into the FBS? Surely I am. Yes,
Dr.
Roos said
he
we
said
need
yes.
to get there.
He
But
said
doggone it, over the weekend, finalized, Conference USA signed up Missouri State from the Missouri Valley Conference.
Yeah, I mean, if
now they're up
were
to
there any
12 teams.
rumors that Missouri State was going to FBS?
Nobody heard
not
anything
that,
about
not
that.
that I ever
anything,
heard.
really, to be
so
honest.
it's not like this takes years of laying groundwork.
That's exactly what happened.
have you.
And they're going to start in 2025. Also starting in 2025, this is Conference USA, is Delaware. Remember Delaware? FCS Power a number of years ago?
Yeah.
And Kennesaw State. Conference USA is up to 12 teams.
Yeah.
McNeese, the train hadn't left the station, but it's revving the engines. So you got to get on the train.
So, Scooter, help me out.
You got to get on this train.
I can.
Are they where they need to be financially? Is that going to be?
Heath Schroyer has said.
That's got to be a major factor.
Heath Schroyer has said they have $5 million in their coffers to pay that entry fee right now. They can write it. The stadium, the box is the press box won't be ready this coming season. But in 25 it will,
well,
and
there's
probably
more
26.
to it than just the $5 million.
What else is it? Is it winning? People tell me it's not winning on the field.
Well,
I think that has to be factored in.
Winning is a big part. Now, we're not going to overlook that.
I'm not
I think that's a big part of it.
McNeese gonna like your mother used to always tell you. If Johnny jumps off that bridge, are you going to jump off that bridge?
So wait a minute now.
So,
Are you saying?
Tell me what you're saying, Scooter. Is that
explain yourself? You're saying that
they're not in a
because
position?
I just wonder if this is sustainable.
Getting to the FBS.
Well, how many teams are going to get in the FBS?
We're not talking about all other teams because eventually you got to be on the same wavelength I am. Power 4, Power 5, they're going to separate. They're going to be in a world of their own.
Look,
you're going to have all others. And McNeese wants to be like in the second tier of the all others.
Yeah.
You're going to have that group of 5. They're not
with
playing in that little.
I'm
in that
with
sandbox.
you there.
They're going to be in that.
I understand what you're saying.
They're going to be around about that Sun Belt and Conference USA.
Yeah, I get you. And that would be the second tier.
Exactly.
And so what is now FBS, are they going to all move up and be the third tier?
Could be.
You know,
could be. I don't know.
I guess we need to just break it down one day and see what the factors are, Rick. Line items as to what's expected for a team to be able to make that type of a jump. Because it can't be just depending and focus on one thing. It can't be. It can't be.
Well, there's a lot of different factors. Timing, facilities, money.
Yeah.
Where's the
I
program?
know the McNeese has a lot of
McNeese-
advantages that a lot of
I
other
agree.
schools don't
I think they do.
for this.
I think
I
they do.
agree. That's what I'm saying.
I think their facilities are strong. They have a history.
I think they're getting there.
Yeah.
I think they're
and they
getting
need,
there.
and I think they'll start winning very, very soon. Obviously, we have bad weather out, and
Yes,
the alarms are
it's-
going off.
everything's going
I
on.
worry that geographically, Conference USA might be their only option, and they're up to 12 teams already.
If
They
it's
could
gonna
go if they
happen,
go to
it-
14 or
if
16.
it's-
Okay, I might be
Why not?
getting excited. for no reason.
SEC's at 16.
Yeah,
Big Ten's
exactly right.
at 40.
I just worry that the Cowboys and Shore and Roots are going to wake up and say, "We missed the train."
We missed the train.
They need to go FBS. You
gotta
agree or
be
disagree?
careful.
Point blank.
Yeah, I guess.
I agree.
You're pulling
I
it
agree.
back. You're
I
pulling
agree.
it back. We're
As
out of time.
always.
Guidry Hobbs is
Always.
back with us. Sarah, that'll wrap it up for this show. We'll see you later in the week right here at CBS Lake Charles.
Have a good week.
Hey, mister, did you fix what flooded my house?
Sure did.
Busted water heater?
Nailed it.
What's next?
Wrapping up the water cleanup.
You do that too?
We do both.
Fair enough.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all: plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
If it's a story worth telling, it starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at Le Berge Lake Charles.
What's bugging you? Is it ants? They're crazy, tiny, irritating pests outside trying to get in. At J&J, we offer weapons to locate, eliminate, and prevent their entering your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.